a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
Alecto dropped me like a sack of turnips in the middle of the palace garden. It was beautiful, in a creepy way. Skeletal white trees grew from marble basins. Flower beds overflowed with golden plants and gemstones. A pair of thrones, one bone and one silver, sat on the balcony with a view of the fields of asphodel. It would have been a nice place to spend a Saturday morning, except for the sulfur smell and the cries of tormented souls in the distance. Skeletal warriors guarded the only exits. They wore tattered U.S. Army desert combat fatigues and carried M16s. The third Fury deposited Nico next to me. Then all three of them settled on the top of the skeletal throne. I resisted the urge to strangle Nico. They'd only stop me. I'd have to wait for my revenge. I stared at the empty thrones, waiting for something to happen. Then the air shimmered. Three figures appeared, Hades and Persephone on their thrones, and an older woman standing between them. They seemed to be in the middle of an argument.
Welcome to Of the Eldest Gods, where we discuss Rick Riordan's role as our godly parent.
Hello, I'm Ray from Cabin 12.
And I'm Charlie from Cabin 13.
And I'm Christina from Cabin 3 3/4.
You did it, first try.
Thanks. I'm really trying to brand myself away from Harry Potter. So moving forward, I'm just going to go Cabin 4.
Oh, so you are claiming Demeter now?
Yeah?
This Demeter that we have in this chapter, we're going to have to get into it.
It's like your mom? It's like when you have to come out as bi before you come out as full gay. It's like, yeah, I'll take both of them. And then it's like, no, I'm just Demeter. Probably mostly because she's a woman. I identify more with her. But anyway, enough about me.
Your journey is valid, Tina.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Important. Okay.
And you're so close to being done with Harry Potter anyways.
I really am. And I think I asked to come on this episode because I have a new podcast, right? This comes out after that.
Plug.
Yeah, I have a new identity. I'm
Yay!
a new person now.
Finally.
You will be credited as Christina from Burn Before Reading. That is your name now, forever.
You said the name of the pod before I did.
Oh, how could you?
I'll give it a good one. Burn Before Reading. Yeah. That's the name of my new podcast, y'all.
Is that how you're going to say it in every episode?
We're trying to be like radio jockeys. Like, hello, this is Christina, and this is Leela, and welcome to Burn Before Reading.
Oh my God.
I love
it. We're not doing that. That's so annoying. That hurt my throat. Yeah, everybody, I'm really looking forward to never having to talk about Harry Potter again. So me and Leela started a new podcast. Burn Before Reading is a podcast about it's about shitterature. It's about like the horrible writing we did when we were younger. It's about really cringy literary topics. So me and Leela has a shit ton of songs she wrote when she was young. I have a shit ton of poetry about men. Boys. They were boys. And
they were not men.
I got some like novels that I'm gonna read in part, and like we're gonna talk about other stuff like how racist Dewey Decimal was. His name was Melville Dewey. I forget that that's not his name.
Goodness.
It's like on Bob's Burgers that their friend Teddy calls him Bob Burger, and he's like, "That's not my name," and he's like, "What? Who am I thinking of? Bob Burger?" And it's like, that's the name of my restaurant. But yeah, we're going to be roasting ourselves and roasting our friends pretty hard. So if you haven't already, go check it out because we'll drop. Allow me to.
In
November?
the future.
Yeah, in the future. At some point.
I got that much. It drops on. Okay. So our first our first 5 episodes are out and they are so fun. And over there, I lost some cash. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. And over there, you'll hear friends you recognize like Brooke, Haley from the restricted section, fucking Josh from Super Scary with more friends to come. So please go check it out because it's a lot of fun. And we actually have a rule that we don't talk about Harry Potter on that show. So that's really fun.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I want to break free. I want to break free.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you. I'm so happy.
Thank you. Me and Leela are very happy together.
Yes, you
You're-
are.
you're
pod
partner.
married.
Yeah, we're partners.
Hey.
Well, how have you guys been? Sorry to steal all the glory of the top of the episode.
No, it's fine. We've been. That one is sleepy and I'm sick, so
Oh my
We're
god,
having a
I've been
day.
watching Once Upon a Time. I know that's two of the dwarves.
Wow.
yep, sick.
That really is our identities, huh? We could be the dwarves.
I can't believe in that show, one of the dwarves says, what is she going to think about Snow White and 7 dwarves? And it's like, when do you look around at your friends and be like, what do you think about these 5 people standing here? Like, what? Come on, man. You don't have to say 7 dwarves.
Okay, but is Stealthy not the best dwarf?
Well, he was.
Exactly.
Sometimes I wonder what the fuck is going on in Once Upon a Time.
Everything you can imagine.
Yeah,
Did
true.
you ever see it? Did you?
I watched it. Oh,
I
sorry.
started it once with my mama.
It's
Oh.
very precious and saccharine, but I watched the season 1 finale today, so it's on my mind. Wow, what a banger. What a banger of a finale.
Yeah.
Anyway. that's what we're here to talk
My
about.
parents are in town, so yesterday I played disc golf, and then I went
Ooh.
on a 3-mile walk, and then I went to work. So,
Whoa, that's a lot.
yes, so that's why I'm tired.
Oh my god, I do love disc golf so much, though.
It's fun.
That's fun.
Uh,
It's like
I
one of those
fucked
sports
up-
where you don't have to, like, move your body like that. You know what I mean?
I fucked up my elbow when I was a kid, and I
No.
can't do any sports since.
Oh dear.
I don't know if I've ever shown you this. I can overextend this elbow, just a little bit. Yeah.
Oh no.
Whoa, that is not a little bit. Listeners,
yeah.
that is not a little bit.
In exchange, I lost mobility on this side. This arm can go all the way to here. I can't touch my shoulder.
Whoa, your mobility got, like, off kilter.
Right. It's fucked up, right?
That's
Anyways,
very
so
interesting.
if I go bowling, then it gets sore, and apparently disc golf also.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for me personally.
It is.
You're just a fucked up little guy.
You're just
This is
fucked
true.
up.
I blame my brother. We don't need to get into
God.
that.
I have noise canceling headphones, and so, like, sometimes I'll be sitting here. My cats, we have a small townhouse, and we have 4 cats, so that means there should be technically 5 litter boxes by the cats. But what did I just say? I just said fucking townhouse. So we have 3 litter boxes, and it's not quite enough. And sometimes I'll just be recording, and I'll hear this, like, strange, like, scratching noise, but it's, like, so far away. But it's a cat in the litter box 1 foot behind me, and I'm like, come on, man, you're scratching in the middle of my podcast. That's
Right.
so rude. Go use one of the other 2 litter boxes.
We use like wood pellets for our cats because they mask smell better than like most actual cat litter.
Oh, we tried that.
But yeah, the cats hate it though. They don't want to
They
dig in it.
They
yeah,
do.
yeah. So what our cats do now is they'll scratch the side of the litter box to like pretend to bury their poops,
So
and
stupid.
it sounds like they are peeling potatoes back there. So that's what we always say when the cats take a shit. Oh, I hear she's peeling potatoes. It's gonna get stinky in a second.
I'm going to start
Fun.
using that as a euphemism for shitting, and no one will know where it came from, and eventually I'll forget where it came from. I just got to go in the back and peel some potatoes.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh,
Is this not what you wanted, Charlie?
it is.
Are
Listen,
you
I
not
talk-
entertained?
I talk about bowel movements too often in my life nowadays, and that's because
Well,
I work with
when you're around kids,
fucking
that's
toddlers.
all you can
Oh
do.
boy.
Oh,
Who wants to talk
right.
about Percy Jackson?
Tell
Me.
us why we are here, what we read, what's going on.
All right.
I read
well,
Harry Potter. Oh,
did.
was that wrong? Just kidding.
That's
I
always
don't-
wrong.
I don't read any more of that than I have.
We read a chapter called "My Math Teacher Gives Me a Lift."
Yeah, and I opened up to this chapter and I was like, she's back? What the hell? I didn't remember this at all. And I read this like a year or two ago, and I was like, it's a little cameo. It's funny.
Yeah, just a
Just
little
a little
one.
Yes?
My complaint about the accuracy. She's no longer his math teacher.
Yeah. For
So
real.
my ex-math teacher.
Exactly.
Gives
There
you
we
that
go. You
thing.
fixed it, Charlie.
if he had like finished that class and moved on with his life, she would have been his former math teacher. But because it ended the way it did, that's an ex-math teacher. You know?
Yeah.
Like my ex-boyfriends are the ones that like I don't talk to more. But like
Mm,
the ones that still come around and are nice, we ended things amicably. That's a former or an old, you know what I
right.
mean?
Or just a friend. Just
Or
some
just-
guy that I know.
I know, but sometimes that a little extra. At my birthday party, my old boyfriend Joey showed up, and he was at my my Barbie birthday party in all black, looking like a fucking goth king. And a lot of my new friends, since I moved to Richmond, like don't know who he is. They were all like, "Oh my god, who is that guy?" That's when you tell your gal pals that's an old boy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
My
Okay,
goth
but-
god.
But was he dressed up as like, you know, the Grease like part of the movie?
No, he was full goth. He was like
Wow.
he was like Day of the Dead goth. You know what I mean? He had like a
Mm.
bit, one of those wide brimmed hats and like a
Ooh.
patterned summer button down. It's just so stupid.
Good for him, honestly. Love
he
that.
Looked great. He looks great.
Nice.
And he's like a very pale ginger, so it really works.
Good.
Yeah. So me.
I'm just proud of him because when we dated, he was really bad at dressing himself, and now he's quite good at it. And I'm like,
Aw.
that'll take you far.
All right. So yes, like it's an okay name. Yeah, it makes sense. But
What I will say is good about it is that it hits relevancy pretty well because it hints at our twist of this chapter without like quite giving it away. It's very good. Nice job, Rick. Thank you.
How does it twist? Oh, because
You don't know that Percy's going to get snatched by Furies. That's a secret.
Okay. It's the mechanism of him being twisted is being carried away.
Yeah, right.
I gotcha.
Mhm.
All right. So the events that happened. Percy and Nico, they need music to open Orpheus's secret underworld entrance, and Percy has the cool idea to call for Grover, since that he can feel that he is nearby. Grover fails to dramatically appear until Percy uses his mind powers to wake him up with food. Grover tells us that he saw Morpheus chilling out in Central Park.
Different
And
from Orpheus,
Right.
in case you were wondering. That's a different
Rick, why the fuck did you put both of these names in this chapter?
I
actually?
know.
I didn't even notice because they aren't like
They're
written the
super
same.
different. Yeah.
I guess they are written the same. They
are.
aren't related in my brain though.
It helps that one of them is like big capital O versus like big capital
Right.
M. That
Yeah,
helps a
yeah.
lot.
But otherwise, same name, you know?
The Orpheus and
One letter
Morpheus
off.
chapter.
Mhm.
That's the
Mhm.
alternate title.
I feel like that's something from the Matrix.
Yeah, so Grover kind of confronted this dude and he got his ass sent to the ground to take a little nap. And that's why he's been MIA. And he helps them get into the underworld. While they're going down there, Nico seems suspiciously dour. And we find out why, because the Furies snatch Percy right off the ground. Apparently, Nico made a deal to bring Percy to Hades for a little conversation in exchange for some info on his mom. This makes Percy big mad. Hades and the fam, they are planning to sit out this whole war thing and wait for Nico to become the child of prophecy. And Hades is a real shit about it. And they're sending Percy to the dungeon.
Wow, that was so succinct.
Thank you. I do
was
my
good.
best.
It was good shit. It was good shit.
It was a fun chapter. A lot.
It is.
Just like a lot of random things.
It's so
That's
good to
Percy
see Grover
Jackson's.
again. We'll get into it, I'm sure, but like
Yeah.
it made me so
Percy
happy.
called on the only bard he knows.
Yeah, for real.
It's so funny that it's like, oh, we need music. And it's like, I don't sing. And Nico's like, just sing. And Percy's like, no. And it's like, hey, man, like, you're going to wait for hours for someone that might not be coming. Just sing a little song, babe. You can do it.
We will get to that, bro. I have thoughts.
That scene is so funny. It's not written to be funny, but it's so funny when you think about what actually happens.
Oh, all right. But let's talk about our myths for this chapter, in case you missed it.
But
I'm actually going to be saving Morpheus for a little bit later. Okay.
He barely does anything. In this chapter, he's more of like a Dinkelberg. You know, it's not. We only
just a little cameo.
Yeah. His main event happens later. So
spoilers.
I mean, he literally says
no. Yeah, for real.
He's like, my main event will be later.
So we're going to talk about instead Orpheus and Demeter. So let's talk about like the thing that inspired Hadestown, I guess.
Have y'all seen that musical?
I have listened through it and I've seen like clips on YouTube. I've never like found an actual, pirated copy or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
That's how I see musicals.
I have not really, because I like to see things before I just listen to them for the most part.
Your standards are too high. Just give up like me.
I want the context.
The cool thing about Hadestown is that it's a sung-through musical. The context is all in there.
But you can hear
it.
You don't see what's happening. There's a visual part that you're missing. So
there is, but sometimes we just live this way.
And it's
the album is its own experience, is what I say, as opposed to the performance.
It's suffering, truly. All right. Well, let's talk about Orpheus. Like the original bard. I mean, not the original bard, but like, he's the bard.
He's definitely a bard.
In mythology, he's like the bard. You know.
It'd be fun to make a D&D party out of like only ancient Greek heroes.
Bro, that would be fun.
Literally, that's what my character right now is based off of. Based off of Autolycus.
Nice.
Son of Hermes. He's a rogue. Good shit. Yeah, so he's a bard. He's from Thrace. I'm bad at saying words. Musician and prophet? I do not hear prophet often. But I guess it did inspire Orphism. Orphism is weird because it technically doesn't have things to do with him, but it also does have things to do with him. We're not talking about Orphism.
Yeah, no.
Orphism
it's too much.
Complicated. Way
what
too
is
much.
it? Just like what class of thing is
it's like a how like Catholicism is part of Christianity. It's like a sect of Greek religion.
Oh, like being like in the cults of Dionysus.
It's kind of
thing.
like that.
I see it.
Yeah.
It's a slightly sideways belief structure.
Very.
Okay. I'll Google it on my own time.
Yeah, very. If you ever play Hades,
I will. That's actually I'm planning on playing that next. Actually,
a lot of the Hades game is actually kind of based off of some Orphic traditions. Cool. So
I'll do some.
It's good shit. It's very good. Yeah, so what is Orpheus known for? It's that time that he went to the underworld, and it was sad.
He did the thing that was dumb that we all knew he would, and we were like, "Don't do it!" And then he did, and then that's why he's famous for being a fucking idiot.
It's like when you tell that girl in the horror movie, "Don't go in the house, don't do it," and she went in the house. Okay,
yeah. There are kind of two schools of thought here, which is like. One, you literally had one job and you didn't do it. You fucked up, my dude. And then the second one, which is like, he couldn't not fuck it up. It was kind of stacked against him the whole time, and any human being would mess up in the same way.
What would you say his fatal flaw is then? Doubt. Because if his fatal flaw had to do with like that, is it like
doubt?
According to the way that Hadestown writes it, it is doubt. It's a lack of trust in himself and in Eurydice and in Hades' word.
Yeah. I like it. Makes sense to me. All right. Do we have stuff for his name? Okay, possibly that makes sense. If his name relates to the word orphan, interesting.
Oh, huh.
Why?
It's right there, I guess, but I've never considered that.
I didn't think about that. I guess orphan, Orpheus.
I've gone to my own resource.
It's like etymology is like, this could be it, unclear, but there's hypothetical things going on here more often.
It do be like that.
Because it's ancient Greek, where we don't usually have an exact answer, but it's fun to see what people think. And then there's one guy who's like, oh, actually his name meant best voice. Just one dude says this, though.
That sounds like that's made up.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Very interesting. He has a specific abode. Usually the abode section is usually just for gods. Like we know where he hung out. Very interesting.
In that bar in Hadestown or whatever.
Yeah, literally. But we know the specific area of Greece. It's Pimpleia. It's a city in Pieria.
Ladies is Pimpleia too. Come on, bro. Are you guys laughing to be nice, or do you get the reference?
I didn't get the reference, no, but the way you did it was funny, so...
I just laugh at whatever you say, because you're entertaining to me, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Parents. Alright, there's either Oagrius, that sure is a name. Agrius? Egrius? I don't know how you pronounce that. That is too many vowels at once.
Oh, that's what you think.
It is what I think. And then his mother is Calliope, who is the muse of epic poetry. But also, he might be a son of Apollo. Which, okay, if his parents are both Apollo and a muse, shouldn't he just be a god?
Yeah, he would be. Whatever. Things happen. Shit happens.
Because this is all just like, he was just a guy. Maybe a demigod-ish. But I think he should be a fucking god based on all this. It's weird. Doesn't make sense. I don't know. Okay, so yeah. I love this line where it's like, Hermes may have invented the lyre, but Orpheus perfected it, actually. Because, he was like the bard. That was his whole frickin' thing. Which makes sense if he was a son of Apollo. And possibly a muse as well. Like, there's a lot going on there.
The way that they do it in Hadestown is that he's the son of a mortal and a muse, but Apollo raises him. No, Hermes raises him. I don't know what's going on in Hadestown then.
It is Hermes.
Interesting.
You know how I know it was Hermes? Because halfway through the show, at intermission, I went to the bathroom, and while I was on the toilet, I had to Google the plot of Hadestown. And when I got back to my seat, I was like, Mary Clay, did you know that that's Hermes? And she was like, yeah, remember when he sang, my name is Hermes, or like whatever. And I was like, what? I totally missed that. I need subtitles on this musical, dude. I don't know what's happening.
God.
I wish they had subtitles in live theater.
That would be useful, honestly. You can never understand what they're saying. They're too far away.
And sometimes I'm so bad at telling what people are like singing, like the words.
Yeah. My vision's so bad, and I realized when I was at Hadestown, I was like, I've never been to a musical where I didn't already know what was happening.
Interesting.
Because I've been to a lot, but they are all ones where I just already know.
Right.
Makes sense. Okay, we have a bunch of different, like, gifts to mankind that he gave. What the fuck is up with this dude? Possibly invented, I guess, medicine, but I think that's supposed to be Asclepius who did that. This also says writing, but that's also sometimes credited to Cadmus. Agriculture, which should be credited to Ptolemy. What is happening here?
Huh.
Okay, it also does say he's an augur and a seer. I don't remember seeing much about that before.
Isn't augur the Latin?
Yes. That's usually for Roman stuff.
Something.
Oh, you remember things?
From something. Yeah, I do.
I wonder what that something could be. I don't know.
Something Rome.
I don't know why. This is so funny to me, but he has a brother whose name is Linus.
That sounds like a strong Latin.
My brain immediately just goes to, like, the guy from Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
What about the guy from Peanuts?
Just Linus. That's his brother.
Man, I googled the history of Linus, and it's giving me the history of Linux, which is an operating system.
Oh, Linux.
Linux. I don't think I've ever had to say that one out loud.
That's how my cousin pronounces it, but, like, now that you say that, I don't actually know.
It's probably one or the other.
Right.
Oh my god. What the fuck is up with this? Linus has, like, even more weird parentage stuff going on. I can't get into that.
Oh god. Okay. What's
Anyway.
interesting to me about Orpheus is that the average person is going to know him for the one myth. You know, he loses Eurydice,
so much
he goes to
happening.
the underworld, he sings for her freedom, he tries to leave, but he has to not look behind to see if she's coming, and then he looks, and then they
And then he
die or
loses
whatever.
her again. The whole reason that you went down there was to get her, and then you did the one thing
Really
that
fucked
would
up.
ensure that you wouldn't get her.
But the thing is, this dude did so much other stuff. Did you know he was
Right.
an Argonaut?
Right.
He's still with Jason and the Argonauts?
Oh my god, he's one of the boys.
Yeah, for real.
Literally.
Like, he
He was in
did
the
so
frat.
much shit, and you just never hear about him otherwise. But, like, there's this whole, like, cult that, like, basically worshipped his whole thing.
You do one dumb thing, and that's what they're gonna fucking remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Orpheus and Eurydice. He did the thing.
Have you guys ever
he
seen,
did.
there's a TikTok song, by some guy. I don't know what account it is. I'll have to find it before we end the episode. But, it's about how wonderful it is when you fuck up and everyone remembers it. Because there was an actor named Hegelicus, who was in Orestes, and he fucked up saying one word, and instead of saying after the storm again I see like the calm skies or something, he said after the storm I see a weasel. And we still know about this because everyone made fun of him so hard for saying weasel. Yeah. I'll find the TikTok for you guys. We can like link it. It can be my thing for the day.
I love that.
Goodness.
It's a good song.
All right. So the whole Orpheus and Eurydice thing, there's some setup to like you gotta talk about like how she died. Do we talk about how they fell in love though? Is there anything about
Oh my god, from
them
what I can tell
as
from
a
Hades'
couple?
sound, he just like sings at her or like guitars at her, and then she's like, no. And then he like, is like, I'm gonna guitar even harder. And then she's like, okay. That's what
we
I
don't
can
even know a whole lot about Eurydice either, other than the fact that she's married to Orpheus.
tell. Classic historical misogyny. What did she do? It doesn't matter.
I do.
She got
okay.
left behind.
When you get to play Hades, she's fucking gorgeous, just so you know.
I'm ready.
Okay, you're ready? I hope you are.
I am.
Yeah, I want to know how these two fell in love. But the tragic story of it all is that, you know, satyrs and as well as other gods as well do things that are not great in mythology. And they were doing that thing to Eurydice and chasing her and trying to get with her when she did not want to. So she's trying to escape and just like falls into a nest of snakes.
Ooh, I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
And a snake bites her and then she dies.
Yeah.
That'd
be like
all the
that.
time.
Fucking awful. Absolutely terrible. But yeah, again, we know the story. He goes to the underworld. He sings for both Hades and Persephone. Both of them are like, oh my goodness, yes, of course. We'll give you your wife back. Just don't look back at her. Okay?
You're
Not until
like,
you're all the way up.
Charlie, you're like play acting this really heartfelt. But if they really were like, oh my god, love, I think they maybe like wouldn't have added that stipulation.
I mean, I think this stipulation is like you gotta also like prove that, and also like maybe the magic won't work or something. There's a lot of weird like fae stuff going on with the underworld in Greek mythology.
Mhm,
you know, it feels very Celtic fae shit going on there too to me, like with the whole pomegranate and Persephone too.
Yeah.
So there's just stuff going on with trying to leave, and it's not easy, but she's stuck there, and then he's just sad forever.
Yep.
And then, his music makes everybody upset and sad. Forever. And then what happens to him is that he gets torn apart by the Maenads, who are the followers of Dionysus. They're just like the wine ants who run through the woods naked and also just tear men limb from limb.
Yeah, you have a weird idea of wine ant, I think.
I was about to say, Haley?
Exactly.
I've seen her. She was doing that last night.
I think that describes Haley exactly. Yeah. I love the Maenads personally. Okay. I know I've also seen this in some places. I know. Yeah. Sometimes his head is still like around after he dies. I know I've heard in some places that like the muses then keep his head to forever sing songs.
Huh.
Mhm.
For their own personal amuse.
But
Pretty proud of them.
And that's Orpheus.
Wow, cool story, dude. Cool job, Orpheus.
Yeah, you did some things, and then you
Sure
fucked
did.
up, and then you died.
And then you died.
And okay. Now let's move on to Christina's mom, Demeter.
My girl. Okay, so let me start by telling you that my first exposure to Demeter was in like early high school at my IB English class. So it must have been I don't think they do IB in 9th grade. I think you start that in 10th grade. So it must have been 10th grade. And we all had to research about a Greek god and like show up as a character and like give a report like about yourself.
Cosplay.
Yeah.
And I picked Demeter, the hippie goddess of the harvest and the like the flowers and shit in the seasons. Like I'm all
Oh, I can't wait till you see her in Hades.
Yeah. I wish I had a picture of that costume. I don't think I do, but
Bro, you need to find it.
well, I just don't think I do.
Well, search anyway. I guess.
I don't. I won't. I don't, there's nothing to search.
Well,
It's not on
fuck my
Facebook.
life.
That means it doesn't exist.
God, if we still tweeted things, that would be an out of context tweet.
But it's totally true though. Like I don't have any old pictures that aren't on Facebook.
My dad does. My dad is the holder of the
that's
camera.
something that parents.
Yeah. All right. So Demeter, our girl, the Olympian goddess of the harvest, agriculture, fertility, and sacred law.
Yeah, that makes sense for me. Actually, I'm extremely lawful.
Yeah. All right. She's a grain goddess, which makes
Cereal.
sense why she's obsessed with cereal.
She's got a sponsorship deal with Kellogg's.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh my god, I can't.
In
Demeter
something
cereal.
like Lore Olympus, though, she totally.
Yeah.
She's cool in that.
You know what her Roman name is? Ceres.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know that.
Exactly. That's why, like, cereal.
I see. I see.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that
yeah. What do
is
you
that
mean?
really why? Is that really why it's called cereal?
I want to say it is.
I'm looking it up. I'm way ahead of you.
Like-
oh my god,
like
it's
rain?
true. It's true.
Yeah?
It's literally from that.
Yeah. Fucked up.
That's so fun. Cereal.
Like, it makes sense.
We pay homage to our goddess every day, or I eat cereal once a month.
I'm trying to like formulate a joke about how she's a fertility goddess, but how cornflakes were originally made to make you like unhorny.
Yeah,
And, like-
that's true. That's true. But it's not her fault. She didn't make the flakes. She just made the corn.
She made the corn. The men made the flakes.
But also in Lore Olympus and in other renderings of the story of Demeter and Persephone, she really is a total cockblock. It's like, but
Yeah,
mommy,
that's-
I love
that's what
him. And
I'm-
it's like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah. We're going to talk about how we feel about this Demeter. It's very fitting that the day we're recording this is when I listened to the Muses of Mythology episode about Demeter in Percy Jackson and how they just complained about it. So very fun. Yeah, so she's very tied to the whole Hades and Persephone thing. Literally, the three of them are all part of a mystery cult. Hey! There's so many fucking mystery cults, y'all. Yeah, the Elucidated Mysteries, I love to mention it. It's all about the seasons and the underworld and agriculture and yeah. She's also got the Thesmophoria festival.
What's that?
Religious festival held in honor of her and her daughter in late autumn.
Makes sense. They're like, please let us survive.
I mean, it's also about like the harvest in autumn, I think, as well. Okay.
Same.
So her animals, according to Wikipedia, the pig, the serpent, the gecko, turtle doves, cranes, and screech owls.
What do any of these things have to do with the harvest? That's what I want to know.
I understand one of them, which is
Which
the
one?
pig.
Pig doesn't have anything to do with the harvest.
I mean, like farming,
I was going to say the pig's just
agriculture.
there. The pig lives there.
Yeah, like the pig lives on the farm.
I don't know, but do they help with the harvest? I don't think that they help, though.
Yeah, but like, I mean, she's a goddess of agriculture as well. Like all of the.
But pigs aren't.
Like,
are pigs agriculture?
Yes, ish.
Is animal husbandry agriculture? I actually don't. I think of agriculture as being just.
Is it just the
growth food?
Is it just the growth?
It is
the plant.
Animal husbandry is a branch of agriculture,
okay.
According to the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. No, that ain't right. That ain't right. All right, I'm gonna go Cora. Cora corroborates, so now I trust it more.
Okay. I mean, I was just like, I feel like that makes sense. My brain is just like, all farming shit is agriculture. Yeah?
Well, apparently it is, according to this Society of Engineers and Electricians or whatever.
Because they know so much about farming.
I guess they do. They were the first result that came up.
That's so weird.
What is it? What is that? What's that?
Teddy bought a Monster High doll and they were really excited to show me.
Is that Teddy?
Yeah.
They're so cute. I've heard so much about them.
And Ted, come say hi. Show Charlie your Monster High doll.
It's not Monster High.
Oh, it's not?
Shadow High. Get
oh,
sorry.
Oh, that's cool.
$8 on clearance.
Okay, well, good.
That's cool.
She's beautiful.
Oh my god, a Velcro box.
I miss those.
Good.
Amazing.
I love her.
I was hoping I could let you hear them, but apparently...
No, you are too connected.
No,
That's
yeah.
I'll just talk like it. She's like a little vampire lady.
That's adorable.
We love it. You
It
stand.
Anyways.
Yeah. Apparently when you tell this program that you're going through your headphones, you can only go through the headphones.
Forever.
Forever.
Oh, no.
That's the only option. Okay, well, see you. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. We love a cameo.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Demeter.
Yes. Continue.
Symbols. Cornucopia. Wheat. Torch. Poppy. And bread.
That all follows.
Yeah. Makes sense. And obviously, like, she's one of, like, the original 6, who were the children of Kronos and Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why her cabin is number 4. She's up. Her ranking is high.
Exactly. I want to know, I feel like most of the numbers make sense based on, is it supposed to be based on, like, when they were born, or just how important they are? I feel like it's, yeah.
I couldn't possibly.
The later ones, it seems like it's, like, when they were born, but, like, the first few, I'm like, is that based on how important you are, or what have you?
Yeah.
Is it not the reverse birth order thing?
Is it the reverse birth order? Because then it's
I think
Zeus,
that might be it.
Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, Demeter.
Okay, well then that's not it, because then the guys would all go first, so it must be, like, relevance.
Well, also, Rick had to be like, oh, the guys are odd and the girls are even as well. We also have that going.
So it's a Rick original.
Yeah, it's Rick being Rick. The etymology is very fucking long here. What does it mean? Possibly like mother and earth and other such things. Grain mother. Mother of the house. There's a lot going on there.
My god, that section's long. What the fuck?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're
I do
done.
not care that much.
Nope. Iconography, usually pictured with Persephone. Makes sense.
I wonder why.
Oh, right. I forgot. Not mention her consorts. I forgot.
Oh, baby.
Zeus, Poseidon, Iason. Yes.
Jason.
Sure, but it's not Jason.
I'm telling you that they spell Jason like that sometimes.
I hate it.
Yeah, me too. I just read a book where it was spelled like that the whole time.
Yeah.
And it was about him. It was about the
fuck this. Carmenor and Mekon? Sure. She fucks some dudes, but like she never actually like married anybody as far as I can recall. Yeah, she had some consorts, and she
That's
fucked
all
around.
you need.
Her daughter was more important to her than the men. Let's be
course.
clear. Exactly. And of course, her main aspects here are as an agricultural goddess and as an earth an underworld goddess.
I think
even
that's like
though-
incidental.
Yeah. Like, underworld, not necessarily. Earth, yes. Because, like, crops and growing things. That
They
makes
call her an
sense.
underworld goddess because she be in the underworld.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I love that the third one here is as a poppy goddess. The goddess of poppies is also very important.
That used to be so much more important than it is right now because for a long time, opium was an extremely popular drug, and in parts of the world, it still is.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that had everything to
Does this mean she just, like, loves that opium? Is that...
or loves that other people love that opium.
I'm
It's so
just-
funny. I was just thinking about this the other day. For some reason, I was like, if I was ever like in a foreign country where they still do smoke opium, I was like, would I do it? And then I was like, fuck it. Sounds amazing.
Of the Eldest Gods does not endorse the use of opiates and other.
Opium and opiates are different.
True.
I know nothing about drugs. Unless
Well, now
they're
you do.
prescribed
You
to
know
me.
that they're different.
Well, I know that they're all different. I take the
No,
ones that
a
are
lot of
prescribed
the
to me.
time, they're the same, and you just don't know it because they have different names.
That's true. Do.
Remember in Scooby Doo when that girl in the airplane is like, "Hi, I'm Mary Jane," and Shaggy
Literally,
goes,
that's what I was thinking
my
of.
favorite name.
God.
That's literally what I was thinking. I'm just like, oh yeah, how like marijuana is also called Mary Jane.
Among many others.
Oh my god. We already talked about series. There's also like other equivalents going on with her. There's like another important goddess from Phrygia in Anatolia. Cybele. She's again like another fertility goddess. Okay. Mythology. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. My brain is just like not on. Just so you know. I'm sick. It's fine. Alright. Okay, that is stuff about Persephone. We're not here to talk about Persephone right now. Why is there so much about her?
Because
I think
that's
because like
what
it's like a big part of Demeter's
It is.
context.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I know. It's just telling me like, oh, maybe Persephone and Kore were also like different people sometimes. I'm like, tell me about Demeter.
Oh yeah,
not
this is
about...
this is all Persephone shit.
Yeah, so like Demeter and Zeus got together and they had Persephone, her pride and joy. Did she have other children? Like yeah, she did.
Those weren't her pride and
They weren't. I mean, there was that time that Poseidon really wanted to get with Demeter. So what did she do to try to hide from him? She turned into a horse.
No, he loves horses. No.
He turned into a horse. They did horse things.
Yeah. Oh, that god is hung like a horse.
God damn it.
Christina, this is why your symbol is just a horse, because you were like, oh, Poseidon and Demeter are my
Oh my
parents.
god, I'm the patriarchy.
Oh boy.
You are. You are, in fact, the patriarchy.
No, we learned that it's actually not about horses.
That's true. So that together they had Arion, who is just like the fastest, most greatest horse ever, aka Shadowfax.
Nice.
I mean, basically, just the most divinely bred horse.
Other than what's Odin's horse called? I forget. But that's the horse of a god right there.
Fucking you Sleipnir? Yes?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Yep. My brain was saying Mjolnir, and I was like, that's not right, but it was actually really close.
You know what? They're all gonna sound very similar, those Norse names. It had a near in it. It's close enough. But she also did have a daughter with Poseidon who may or may not actually be Persephone, but under a different name. That was Despoina. She's very weird and mysterious.
Disappointa? Is that not what you said?
I said Despoina.
I'm not hearing it. We always knew Persephone was her favorite.
God.
Like I said, this is also maybe Persephone, so
Sounds like it wasn't. It sounds like it was.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, but yeah, Persephone, her favorite daughter. So when she gets abducted, she's fucking like nuts over this happening.
Yeah, as any
Her
good mom would
child.
be, I would like to think.
Very interesting that's like she searched ceaselessly for 9 days.
Wait, I love that. You just invented a new word. I love ceasedly. That's very funny. It's like, this has got to end eventually.
I mean, literally on the Wikipedia it says ceaselessly, and I'm like, I can't say this word. Okay, so she's helped by a few different people who, like, you know, different gods. Hecate tries to help her. Not really helpful. Helios, who sees everything, because he's the sun god. He's literally, like, super bright and sees all. He saw what happened with Hades. Hades technically had permission, not from Demeter or Persephone, but, like, it was those times you had to ask the father, it's terrible, we do not like it, but that's what happened. So, yeah, Demeter just, like, goes off for, like, a whole long while. A lot of this is in the Homeric hymn to Demeter. As well as, like, basically the whole Hades, Persephone, Demeter shit going on is in that. There's also a time in there where, I mean, yes, everything is dying around us. She's depressed. All of the crops are dying. It's all dying. She will not have a harvest while she's upset. But she also goes on like a little mini side quest where she stays at this lady's house and she's like nursemaid to this lady's son, and then she puts this boy in a fire to try to make him immortal. This is fine and normal behavior. Is it not? Like,
of course.
Putting a small infant inside of a fire.
She anointed him with ambrosia first. Yeah, and then she was gonna burn away his mortal self so that he could be immortal. And then the mom walks in and, like, screams, and she's like, never mind, actually, I'll teach you about agriculture instead.
Yep.
And that's how we got agriculture.
And that's how we got agriculture, folks! I just love the random side quests that she went on while she was depressed. Is that, like, that?
It's honestly giving, like, Heaven's Gate.
The
killing of the body to, like, ascend to your, like, immortal self.
Okay, I guess.
You know, a similar thing happened to Heracles when he died. Like, he was dying from the poison, and then he lights his, whoever lights his pyre, and then he jumps into his funeral pyre to burn away his mortal half and ascend to Olympus as a god. So,
we have got to move on to the chapter. We have taken way too.
It's true.
I'm just confused with this one thing that's like, her and Helios fucked and gave birth to the river Acheron. Okay, I'm done. I'm so confused.
I love mythology. Christina, a fun thing that happens in Hades is that they just straight up gave Demeter completely different parentage so that there'd be less incest.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, good for them.
It helps the character more. I'm trying to figure out if I'm hearing things or if there's a cat.
I mean, the fact that they did that with
one.
less incest and then one of your romances is...
Like, your adopted brother. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Why did they even try? Hades, why? Alright. My math teacher gives me a fucking lift.
Let's do it.
We're in Central Park. We're here. And we're finding this entrance. Okay, let me just tell y'all. When I was in New York with the, the League of Riordanverse podcasters, we were searching for the Door of Orpheus.
And?
You know what? We did find a really big rock.
Okay, you never know.
Good for you.
And we were just like, I think this is here. I think this is it. Absolutely. This is where it is. So Nico explains to us why this is an entrance to the underworld. It's Orpheus. We need music. And okay.
But I'm not gonna fucking sing.
Rereading this line, they used this for the musical. I was pretty sure if I tried to sing, all I would cause was an avalanche. That is literally in the campfire song from the musical.
Huh.
When Percy goes to sing, and they're like, oh yeah, Percy, come on, talk about your godly parent. It's like, if I try to sing, I'll probably cause an avalanche.
Huh. Interesting.
Literally, the people who wrote the musical read the fucking books.
Yeah,
That's why Bianca is in the musical. even though it's the lightning thief, but, cameos. Okay, so the only bard Percy knows is the only person who can do this.
You need
Percy
more
can't
bards
sing.
than that first.
You do.
You need a team
Probably.
of bards in case of emergency. In case, what if Grover didn't wake up from his coma? Like, you need a secondary bard or the ability to sing Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm really mad at him for not just fucking Mary Had a Little Lamb. Just
Why
like,
doesn't Nico
Okay.
sing? Why
Okay.
can't it be Nico?
anyone,
Why can't he
do
sing?
anything.
Nico is also embarrassed. He's just a little guy. No, the scene is so funny because Grover has not been heard from in months. And
Yeah.
Percy is like, oh my god, I can feel Grover's presence. Holy shit, this is gonna be so cool. And then he's like, I've got a better idea. And he just is like, Grover! And nothing happens.
Absolutely
They
fucking
sit
nothing.
there for like, it just says a long time.
Yeah,
Mrs. O'Leary starts taking a nap.
Yeah,
Like,
do you think maybe like 2 hours is what I was thinking?
it's gotta be something like that. Because, like, night falls while they're standing there.
I'm imagining this being like very sitcom comedy right now. Like
Mhm.
where like they're just like standing there and staring for so long. You think that like there's something wrong with the TV. That like, oh no, like what happened? Did it pause? What's happening? No, they're just like there and they're waiting for Grover and nothing happens. Yeah,
It's so
what's
good.
going on.
But Percy is finally like, okay, I know he's fucking here. And so he uses his empathy link more actively.
Yeah, I
Active
think
empathy. No, we don't want passive empathy. We need active empathy.
I think Percy also could have just like gone and found Grover and
Yeah, probably.
given him like a cute little smooch on the forehead to wake him up. Like,
But yeah,
Can
no,
he-
he's like, Grover has to come to me.
Can
I'm
he
waiting.
tell where Grover's at? Like, can he do like a
He's-
directionality thing?
he like sees a vision of him.
Such
So
a
like I
word
feel
fucking
like
big. And you're like that. He's under a tree. That's not helpful.
I feel like it's one of those like it's like when you can find shrines in Zelda.
Breath of the Wild.
It's like beep beep.
Well,
beep,
I'm
beep.
thinking it's gotta be at least as accurate as like a dowsing rod. Yeah, exactly like the shrine locator. You're like,
Beep,
okay,
beep.
this is the right direction.
Yeah, like I think he can figure out where Grover is and he's seeing him. It's like you're trying to find out the memory location as well.
Because Grover can find him, so like, clearly
Yeah.
it does work.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's also because the dryads across the park, he's talking to them, and they can, I guess, see
Oh,
Percy,
well, true.
I would think. Are they how are they passing him through the trees?
I guess
Like-
I'm thinking like throwing him from tree to tree.
I was imagining like the tree spell in D&D that lets you like travel through a tree
Yeah.
to another tree once per day, like shadow travel but with
Whoa.
trees.
That's
It's
what
like
I
in
was thinking.
Avatar how all the roots of the world are connected or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's something about that in the Blameless too, which is a
Mm.
wild.
Heck yeah. Yeah. And yeah, Percy wakes him up by saying, like, pancakes. Wake up. You want pancakes.
I get it. You're like, oh, okay.
Grover has grown up a lot, but he is still the same guy.
You could also just said tin cans. He likes food. This is what we know about him. Also he likes where the wild things are.
Yeah, he
That's
has
pretty funny.
that on his shirt. It's very on brand. I kind of love it.
It's really good considering his like quest for pans. It's like where are the wild things?
Where are they? Tell me.
Wait, but like where are they?
Okay. I forgot that Grover stopped trying to look human at all at
I
this
thought you were
point.
gonna say cute because you said cute, and I was like, he looks cute as hell. Stop.
No, he looks adorable. I forgot that he stopped wearing pants at this point.
He's like,
Like,
let them
we
make
don't
fun of
need
my
him.
hooves.
Because, like, in later stuff, I was like, wait, he's also not wearing pants. Why has he stopped wearing pants altogether? What's happening?
He's got
Hoofed and
built-in
proud
pants.
Charlie.
I
Yeah.
forgot. It was here, too. Okay.
Hoof.
Yeah.
It's a hop.
My goodness. Yeah, so Grover's been away. But he's been away for 2 months. He didn't
And
know
he
that.
did not know. That's really unfortunate.
That is scary.
You know what? I could have also brought up, like, Rip Van Winkle here. but we talked about myths too much. But literally, that's what happened to Grover. Is he slept and he lost time. This is how you time travel, folks. You just
You
sleep.
just wait.
No, exactly. You just sleep and then you wake up the next morning. It's called time
Honestly,
travel.
Honestly, I'm sure y'all have had this experience of like your day is so bad that it just has to tomorrow. So you just go to bed, whatever time it is. It's like, I'm done. Day's done.
Honestly,
It has to be
I
tomorrow.
need a reset.
I
Like,
need a reset. Yeah.
yeah.
that is such
We
a
are
mood.
all traveling through time at a rate of 1 second per second.
It's true. It's crazy. Can you believe it?
Can we just like turn that up or turn that down? I don't know which.
Definitely down.
Can we
Yeah.
go backwards? Is that
I don't want to
possible?
go backwards. I just want it to lower.
If we go backwards, does that mean that we start walking backwards and we do that whole like woo-do-do-do-do-do-do thing?
What?
You know what I'm
was
talking
that?
about?
Can you do that again? I didn't catch it.
Like you start walking backwards and you do all the things that you did, but in reverse.
And you go woo do 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 do. Is that like a spell or?
That's me trying to convey over audio. I just speak nonsense. You know this.
Clearly.
Grover has lost 2 months of his life. And
He has.
his time with his girlfriend. It's very sad.
Imagine how. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say imagine how scared she is, but then he explains in the chapter that they don't just time passing away.
Yeah,
well, but we saw her before. Like, she's been pretty upset. Like,
Okay,
He did
I
say
actually
it's-
don't remember what happens in this book before this moment. So thank you for
That's
saying
fine. Yeah, we had a meeting with her and she was like, "Where's Grover?" And that's like why the reader
Oh.
would be thinking about him so far.
Okay.
So,
Where is
Yeah, he
Grover?
does
He's
say-
sleeping.
most, not all dryads. Okay, not all dryads.
maybe
Hashtag not
junipers
all
are young plants. I actually don't know how long juniper trees live.
Me neither.
I don't know enough about this thing, so. All right, Grover saw a creepy dude.
In Central Park? No way.
Average day.
Saw a man that just didn't cast a shadow and had a long black coat.
That
You know
is
what,
pretty
Grover?
par
Maybe
for
you
the
should
course.
mind your own business.
He just sounds like a scary business boy to me.
I'm sorry. This is like the start of like a terrifying thing that happens. This feels like the beginning of a Buffy episode. I've been watching too much Buffy lately. Like the new terrible thing has come to town. Get the fuck away. You run the opposite direction.
Oh, yeah.
Do not go towards him. Please don't. But Grover does.
So, have you guys ever seen that like screenshot from Yu Yu Hakusho where he's like, "What? That guy's got horns. Oh well, ain't gonna ruin my day." And he just like puts his sunglasses back on and leaves.
I've never seen that. That's very funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna meme that for so many things.
Yeah, I'll find it for you.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Also, Nico seems to know this guy like a lot. Because he's like, oh, does he look like a mirage? Did people go like right to sleep? Yep, that kept happening. He just like made some lady jogger curl up on the sidewalk.
Pretty fucked up. But you know what they say, sleep is the brother of death. So, of course, Nico knows what
Well-
this guy's all about.
And you know what else they say? That there's nothing better for your jog than just a little nap it all.
Yeah,
That's
to
what
just
I've
like
always heard.
collapse to the ground on the sidewalk and sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
really helps regulate your heart rate.
That totally tracks.
Yeah. Follow me for more fitness.
Will do. My goodness. Yeah, so Grover goes up and is like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of my town.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's scouting the battlefield.
He is
So-
described like a horror like monster. Grover couldn't make out his face because it kept shifting, and looking at him made me sleepy.
Yeah, there's a Batman villain. Oh no, Watchmen, not villain. Watchmen, good guy. His name's Rorschach, and is this Batman or Watchmen?
I don't think...
It is Watchmen.
I was gonna say, I don't think that's Batman. So...
And his face is like a Rorschach test.
Oh, fun.
It's really
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So this man is Morpheus, god of dreams.
Just like from Neil Gaiman. I never read or watched, what is that series called?
American
Sandman?
Gods? Oh.
Yeah. Sandman.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Sandman.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's him.
That's
Mr.
who the Sandman
Sandman.
is. Same guy. Oh my god, I recognize him from the Percy Jackson book.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Man me a sand.
Grover's like, "Are you for real going underground again?" And Percy's like,
Yeah.
"Me, not you. Don't worry." And it's like, "Thank God."
Grover is so valid. He's like, I got my own shit going on. I really would prefer not to be in the land of the dead. And Percy's like, nah, that's fine. You're
It
chill.
reminds me of when I'm like, Haley, I got invited to this party, and she's like, that sounds horrible. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not asking you to come with. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, what? I'm gonna
Nice.
pick my battles. This one's not for you.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? We also know that, like, stuff is going down. It's gonna go down soon in New York City. That's why Percy's gotta go. He's gotta go do this little mini quest.
Yeah.
In the underworld. We still don't know what is going on.
You would think that we would have gotten to it by now, but no,
Yeah.
shit keeps happening.
Yeah.
what we
it's
know
funny.
is that he's going to be going in a river.
Huh.
That's about
Weird. That's probably nothing.
it. Probably nothing. So they go down like this dark staircase, and it's kind of terrifying. And
Yeah.
this is like the way that Orpheus must have gone, but in reverse.
Do you think there's a handrail?
No,
No.
absolutely
There is
not.
no
That
handrail.
sucks. That sucks. I need a handrail. I can't see very well at night.
You're going into hell. There is no handrail.
Isn't that the expression? It's going to hell with a handrail.
Isn't it hell in a handbasket? I don't know why that
Yeah.
would be,
Yeah.
No,
but
you're right. That is the expression. You're totally right. I got confused.
it makes no sense now that I think about it.
All right,
Why
it's
is
gonna
that the
just one more
expression?
thing to Google.
Thank you. Thank you. I need to
Going
know.
hell.
I'm glad that Grover gave us one last hug before he left.
Yeah, he's off to go rally some nature spirits.
He's busy.
It has to do with the gold. Oh, they're not sure. Possible origin: the gold rush, where men were lowered by hand in baskets down into mining shafts, which is actually almost exactly what's happening. It's going to hell in a handbasket. That's way more terrifying than I thought it could
Yeah,
be.
fascinating. That's fucked up. I
hate it.
Yeah, that imagery, very evocative. I hate it.
Thanks,
so
I
much.
hate it. Would you rather the handbasket or the staircase with no railing?
Ooh,
Both bad.
guess the I guess the staircase. I guess the staircase, but I'm not happy about it.
So yeah, Nico is lagging. He seems suspiciously unenthusiastic about this whole thing.
Weird. That's
yeah,
probably nothing
weird.
too.
Yeah, poor little boy. But also we see Doggo, and our Doggo loves other Doggo.
Yes,
The best boy is here. It's Cerberus.
they're sniffing each other. It's very good.
Besties.
Yeah.
So Cerberus is a Rottweiler. That's why I was thinking that maybe Mrs. O'Leary was too. But I think that it was just Cerberus who had his breed described.
Isn't Mrs. O'Leary a Beethoven? What are those dogs called?
I don't know.
Saint Bernard.
A Saint
This is-
Bernard? I have it in my head that Mrs. O'Leary is a Saint.
That's what I also always picture her as.
I
Like-
picture
I might
her
need
as a bulldog, and I think that that's just me.
Okay, but I like that.
It could be. Okay. Christina, I'm gonna send you an image.
Okay.
This is I have to send it to everyone. This is what we picture Mrs. O'Leary looking like now.
Just
This
an
is
absolute
so
square of a
cute.
dog.
That's a bubble with ears on it.
like no neck, really no legs, just a square,
Just
but as a
muscles.
dog. That's how we picture her.
Love it.
Eventually the rest of people will hear this, so I won't have to keep explaining it. All right. So we're in the underworld, and hey, we have to take a detour. I know, like, there's technically a river right over there. I think that's the river we're supposed to go to, but we have to go to Hades' palace.
We have to go to Hades Town.
Nico just tells Percy that they gotta pass through the gates, and Percy's like, "What? Why?" And then he gets bamboozled.
Yeah.
My boy's
What?
fucking snatched.
Okay, something that I think Percy and I have in common is like not we are not looking for the people we trust to not be trusted.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I think that it's the Hufflepuff thing. It's like,
Me too.
I am shocked that you are not the person that I wrote about you in my head.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's loyal to a fault. That's what he is. And guess who we see here in her horrible blue knit hat and crumpled velvet dress? I didn't remember her wearing a hat before. Oh my goodness.
I
the
love it,
demon-
honestly.
Who?
Demon
I don't remember. I
grandmothers.
literally read this like 1 hour ago and I don't remember who you're talking about.
It's Mrs. Dodds. She's here.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. No,
Yeah.
I do remember. I remember.
The demon grandmothers, they're hanging out.
I
in
don't remember
a
this
tree.
outfit though. It's very like gothic. I love it.
Yeah. It's so good. And then okay, I think I've definitely mentioned which one of the Fury sisters is Percy's like teacher before, but I think this is when we technically find it out that
Hmm.
it is Electo who was his teacher.
Mhm.
Is there like a specific thing that she does, or are they all just like the same?
In the Hades game, they all have specific things, and I believe that
Ew.
it's not exactly like it's presented in there, but it's something similar.
Have anything? Electo. It's not easy. Here.
I always give myself 5 seconds, and if I can't find it, then I give up and move on
I'm
with
just
it.
gonna search. Ooh, searching. Ooh, it just means at least her name means endless anger, which
Hmm.
That is
we stand. But like, okay, imagine the gals from Hades instead here.
They're much hotter in Hades, Christina.
Oh, okay.
They're so hot. Listen.
Well, it's hard to get less hot.
Listen. You'll see it and you'll be like, damn.
Damn. All right,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'll go start it right after this.
Good. You're gonna love it.
I don't even have to buy it because Sean already played it.
You love a demon lady with a whip, okay?
Yeah, she's gonna kick your ass.
We only use like on our Switch, we only use Sean's Nintendo account, and so
Hmm.
like when I buy a game, I'm supposed to like pay him back, but I usually am like, Sean, thanks for Disney Dreamlight Valley. Oh my god, you love me so much, you bought me this gift, and
Wow.
he's like, okay, fine.
Wow, what a man.
All right.
He is,
Okay, so Nico tricked him. Nico tricked Percy.
and that feels bad.
Yeah, but do we understand why this boy did it? Cause like he's just a little guy.
Okay.
Hey,
His
can I
dad
just- oh,
literally lied to him. Like, he's
Yeah.
doing his best.
that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I feel bad for Nico because, I mean, he's young still. How old is he? He's like 13,
He's 12.
right? He's 12 years old. Okay, so were you making great decisions at 12? Because I wasn't.
No, he's 12.
I wasn't making any decisions. I was just
Exactly.
chilling.
That's true. That's
He's
true.
a 12-year-old who had to like grow up really fast, but like he still
Yeah.
is a 12-year-old. He just wants to know about his mom. Okay.
Yeah. And his dad, I think, like, I don't think that he would have reason to be like, oh yeah, my dad's probably fucking lying. Like, I think that he's learned a lot from his dad, right? And like they've essentially been hanging out together.
Yeah, he's been like living in the underworld
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
a bit now.
So it seems
They've-
like they have this relationship, and it's a true betrayal of Hades as well.
Yeah, like so far out of all the demigods, it does seem like Nico has hung out with Hades the most
Sure.
compared to
Right.
the others.
Compared to
You
people
know?
who aren't his children.
Yeah. I mean, well, compared to like Percy and Poseidon, they hang out once a year, have
Oh, I
one
see.
conversation, and
Or
then
Annabeth and Athena too.
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
like it seems like Nico chills out in the underworld and sees his dad on the weekends, at least. You know?
Yeah. Oh my God. We're so close to the end of this book series that my brain is like, I'm having a very hard time remembering the very small amount of stuff that we have yet to cover.
Right.
Mm-hmm,
But I did remember, so I'm not going to say that thing there.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, so I believe it's actually a lot of like this situation here that makes people think that Nico is a Slytherin.
I think he's a Hufflepuff.
Thank you.
He wants so bad. He just is really
Thank
lost right now.
I believe he's a Hufflepuff so damn much.
I think that if he was a Slytherin, he would have made it out of this scene a little better off.
Yeah. Listen.
Well,
he just wants
None
to
of
know
what
about
he
his
does is
mom.
like ambitious. He's not power
Yeah.
grabbing.
It's because out of love for his family. And
Mhm.
like
Out
he
of
is
loyalty.
really upset to learn that like he betrayed his friend for this cost, and he like doesn't get the reward from it.
Yeah, he's very upset about what happened to
Yeah.
Percy. He did not want that to happen.
Yeah.
And he's like also upset about the fact that he has to not tell Percy what's going on, because he's like, yeah, we're gonna do this, but also I know you don't want to go talk to my dad, but like we're gonna have to do it, and I can't tell you about it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Percy gets dropped in the middle of a family dispute, which is really awkward. This is like the
Very
second
funny.
one he's had this whole book. Like,
It's like, have you ever been at a friend's house and then they start fighting with their mom or something, and it's like, oh no, no, this isn't me. I got no skin in this game.
yeah, deeply painful.
Yep. Always fun. All right, we gotta talk about this interaction between these three gods here.
I think it's very funny in like a not very developed kind of way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like baseline. Okay, I see what you're trying to do here. It's funny, but also to Peter, it upsets me so much.
She is portrayed as a nag, I think, like just because of the fact that you were looking at her Wikipedia page and it was all about her relationship with Persephone, and she's
Right.
perceived as this like controlling nag, and she. Although her character in Lore Olympus, for example, is much more developed and you get to see a lot more of it, for a lot of it, she's just standing in the way, you know? And I think that it's like the lack of depth about her and her own lore and mythos, the fact that her whole mythos is defined by this like one act of attempting to prevent her daughter from doing a thing.
It pushes her into this mother-in-law box. Like,
Yeah, that's all she is.
Yeah, and I don't think she has to be the mother-in-law. I think she just has to be like the mother concerned about her child and her child's well-being. Like she's a protector is what like I feel like she should be.
Yeah,
instead
and-
of just
And
like
in this chapter, she's not saying don't her, which is like her usual thing. In this chapter, she's like, I don't want to fucking be down here. And he's like, I brought you down here for your own protection during a war. And she's like, this sucks. And you know what? It probably fucking does suck, because she's the goddess of like growth. And growth is like the opposite of death. You know what I
Right.
mean?
yeah. Also that's her brother.
Oh my god, I always like forget about that kind of stuff. It's like, this is my least favorite brother. He's a Republican.
God.
Just philosophically,
No.
our lifestyles don't go together.
No.
See, Rick does not write them like siblings to me, and
No, he
I
doesn't.
No,
appreciate
it's
that.
like
No.
it's very
It's
much
very-
like their only shared context is Persephone.
right. It's very mother-in-law.
No,
Yeah.
you need to write them as also like having a sibling dynamic, and then be like, and then you married my daughter.
Or you just
Yeah.
do it like Hades and pretend that they aren't.
And like the way that Persephone like 18 times is like mother. I really fucking hated that. And especially remembering that they're siblings. I feel like if my brother was pestering, it actually doesn't work to think about it in real life, because then it becomes incest, and I forgot about that. But like, I feel like if Demeter was being that annoying, her brother would be like, oh my god, can you shut up?
Yeah.
Also,
this Persephone is like very different from what we've like experienced before. Yes, I get the whole like this is her in summer. She's like gonna look different. I love that she's got a different aesthetic going on, like when she's a summer goddess, but also she's just kind of like whining a lot.
Hold on, real quick. I'm obsessed with her dress. It's like florals are my jam, but it's like shifting florals.
Yeah.
It rotates flowers.
Fun.
I fucking love that. I want
Like-
that dress.
Like, she looks hot. She's beautiful. We love it.
She looks hot because it's fucking 95 degrees outside. Just kidding.
I mean,
Wait, she looks hot as hell. That's better.
Hey,
That's the
hot.
better one.
I would say hot as Hades, but no, that's her husband.
Edit out my first joke so that it sounds like I got it right the first time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I said, just like her personality is like vastly different here, to what we've experienced in the Sword of Hades, where like in that one she's the one like being the manipulator, And like she's got this whole plan to make
Is that
Hades
a short
stronger.
story or something?
Yes, that was
It
a
is,
short
yes.
story.
I
that
was
we
like,
covered.
I was like going through the books in my head, and I was like, I'm reading that one.
Yeah, there are like a couple short stories that come before this book that like give us context for
Heard.
things that
Yeah.
happen a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's written as very inconsequential here. She's like, you can tell that she's like almost a what word am I looking for? Like a pacifying influence on Hades, but like that she doesn't try very hard at it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then we have to have the whole like, ew, Nico and Persephone, they she doesn't like him again.
For just being a little guy. I'm still mad at every goddess.
And she doesn't like Maria D'Angelo either, because we can't talk about that woman. While
Women
I'm
need more
around.
solidarity, okay, in these books.
Wait, listen. My dad has been remarried to his wife for like 8 or 9 years, and my mom still calls her that woman.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, at first I was like, okay, I get it. That hurts. There's a lot of complications there. But I'm like, hey, her name's Corey. We all know who that person is. You can just say it. Like, just say the name. Say her name. I remember calling her my stepmom, and my mom was like, she's not your stepmom. And I'm like, what do you think my dad's wife is? And she was like, she didn't raise you. And I'm like, nobody thinks that's what a stepmom has to do.
Oh no.
But
Goodness.
lots of differences there, because Maria D'Angelo, well, was that an extramarital thing, or was the timeline?
That's an
actually
extramarital
confused?
thing, yeah.
That's okay, well then she has every right to be mad about it, actually.
Yeah, again, these gods need to learn how to just like have these conversations with
Or
their...
how to not cheat on their monogamous partnerships.
I mean, yes, either not cheat or be like, hey, can we like agree to like
Eternity is a
going
really
on
long
here?
time for monogamy. Can we like talk about
Yeah.
this?
I saw a meme about what we do in the shadows, where it's like, you have to be poly if you're gonna live forever, dude. Come on.
Listen, those two, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know what you're
my
talking
sexuality is whatever those guys have going on.
about. Exactly. They just live their lives. Immortality, you gotta fuck around a little bit. Yeah, so there's all of that going on. So we explained that, like, yeah, Percy had to be here. Nico didn't even really know what Hades wanted Percy for, though.
He just said to talk.
Yeah. And I get, like, as a kid, you're like, that's talking. Like, that sounds safe and fine.
Yeah, that's good. It's fine. It's okay. But it's a little bit more than that. It's not just talking. It's also just like...
Abduction.
Yeah, just a little bit for like
It's
50 or
abduction.
60 years. It's okay.
Okay, sorry, I'm thinking about this family dynamic still, and they're written like a sitcom.
Yes.
It's written
Yeah.
like this is a stand-up bit
I
about
was-
mother-in-laws.
I was thinking about, Everybody Loves Raymond. Very, like, the mother-in-law in that show is cast in this exact same light, where it's like, wow, you're just like a bumbling to my life. I wish you didn't live so close to us.
Oh, this chapter also like tells us something else about what's happening with like the gods, because they do not have the full crew fighting against Typhon. Demeter is not fighting with the other ones.
What's interesting to me is that it's clear that Hades like cares about his mother-in-law, or at least cares that his wife cares about her, because she doesn't want to be here. He's like, you're down here for protection. Chill out. And she's like, no, I will not chill out. But
Would you rather go up there and die?
Yeah, I think it would be really hard for him if his wife's mom died. I think that he would have to deal with a lot of things.
Yeah, true. So that means they've only got like what, 11 Olympians working up there? No, not even 10 Olympians, because Poseidon isn't there either. So,
Poseidon's not there, Hestea's not there, and Demeter's down here.
So we only got 10 gods fighting Typhon instead of like the full 12 Olympians plus Hestia.
I almost fucking gave the whole. I'm really having a hard time.
Yeah,
remembering
sorry.
what is a spoiler and what's not a spoiler.
Listen, I had so much fun talking about like the prophecy, and making up some bullshit about what's gonna happen.
That's the
But
kind of thing where you just like, you're like, here's the prophecy. Anyway, we cannot talk about that.
Oh no, I told everyone no. Clearly, a single choice to end his days. Percy is going to be a vampire. He's going to become a lord of the night. He can no longer be out during the day. Okay? That's how the prophecy will go.
Yeah.
And they
Correct.
are sticking to that story.
Until I'm told otherwise.
So Hades gives Nico like some crumbs about his mother
Maria.
in front of his wife, which is very awkward.
Yep. She was Italian. She went to live in DC. World War II things.
Yeah.
Also, we gotta funly, that is not a word.
That was my alarm going off.
How dare you?
I have to go to work. We gotta finish this up.
I'm sorry. We gotta talk about, the Hades children are leading the losing side of World War II. Gross.
Yeah, but quite bad.
Yeah, that we don't have time to unpack all of that, but that is a fact about this world.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to say that about your world, Rick? Okay, I guess.
All right.
It's what he does want to say. It's what he's kind of been
like,
saying.
you know, Hades is evil, so he made Hitler.
He's just some guy. I don't want Hitler to be a son of Hades. That's fucked up.
I
And
know.
yet,
No,
in The
it's
Lightning
really
Thief,
fucked up.
we did a whole plot twist that Hades wasn't the bad guy. And now what are we doing? We're going back on it. And like, guess what? Hades is like,
Well,
you
we
know what?
established that World War II was the reason that they don't like have children of the big three anymore. So
I think that if we're getting real talk, I think Hitler would be a child of Athena or a child of Apollo.
Interesting.
For the war tactics or the sensitive artist's heart.
I thought you were gonna say like charisma.
Oh no, I got where you're going with the artist thing, but
We actually don't have to have this conversation though. We don't want to.
Yeah. No, I was just going with like in The Lightning Thief, we disproved that Hades like actually wants to like have all the power and all of that shit, but now we're doubling down at it again. He actually does want it. He wants to be respected because fuck all of them. They don't respect him or his children actually. And he wants Nico to be the child of the prophecy because Bianca died, so it can't be her. And he likes Bianca more.
He's not nice about it.
it's super fucked up. I hate the way that he talks to his child.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why do you like Bianca so much? Like, what did she even do? I don't
Nothing.
even understand.
It's what she was gonna do.
Who knows? Yeah.
Anyways, hate
it sucks.
huge bitch.
Huge
Sick of this
bitch.
man.
But the gods are like, whatever. We guess we can't save Percy. We're gonna go have some cereal. I do kind of love that Demeter's obsessed with cereal. Like, that's the one thing I like about this.
Yeah, it's very funny. It's very
personality.
Percy Jackson.
Yes.
Like, I want her to be obsessed with, all of the, what are they, the Monster Mash, like, characters, like Count Chocula and all of them.
Oh.
What
I
are
want her
they
to be
called?
obsessed.
It's not Monster Mash, and I can't.
What are they? Yeah.
Okay, I don't
It's
know.
Monster High.
Close enough. Alright, so Percy is gonna be imprisoned in his dungeon, and that sucks.
Nico's like, you said it was just a talk. And Hades is like, I'm not hurting him. I'm just holding on to him.
I'm putting him away
So
Yeah.
that's why you
so
don't
he cannot
betray your
cause more
friends.
problems for me.
I'm just gonna put him in this cell and then forget about him for a little while.
Just a little while.
Which, like, I don't like. Do people not age in the underworld? Like,
I
how are you
don't
going to
know.
stop
That's
the prophecy
like
from
robbing his
happening?
life.
Who
Whatever.
knows?
It's actually
Well-
funny how much this chapter is making me think of Once Upon a Time. A lot of similarities.
Maybe this is where Percy becomes a vampire because he's
There-
stuck in the underworld.
Oh, true.
You don't know. I don't know what's happening. Maybe we'll see. Okay. We finished the chapter. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Christina, where would you like the people to find you?
Listen to my podcast, Burn Before Reading. It's fucking fun. It's way more fun than the restricted section, which is also a fine podcast that I enjoy producing. But you should listen to Burn Before Reading and catch me at Christina Kann everywhere, but kind of only on Instagram.
Love that. Good shit.
Yeah.
Do you have a plug that's like not visual media for us today.
Yeah, you should. Well, since I mentioned it earlier, if you like Percy Jackson, you should read The Blameless by E.S. Christison. It is a Wildling book. We produced it at my publishing company, but it is the same target age group, and it's got to do with magic, and it's got strong female characters, stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun.
We love them. Strong female characters.
Yeah.
My plug is gonna be a podcast. Because not only did Sam have these people on his podcast, Content and Capable, which I'm not plugging, but he also just sent me so many TikToks from these people. The podcast is called Well, I Laughed. It's like storytelling, but they have like 3 episodes all in a row that are like based around like the same topic, and they tell each other stories about like fun things.
Cool.
It's cool, and it's weird.
Did you laugh?
I did.
Cool.
Well, I guess I did laugh, in fact.
As advertised.
You know?
My plug is Every Actor's Nightmare, or A Prayer for Hegelicus on the TikTok. It's Keys. ITSKEYES on TikTok. It's a good song. It's 43 seconds long. Check it out.
Oh my god.
Charlie releases from this mortal coil.
Get out of my fucking cabin. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna go be imprisoned in the underworld for like 50 or 60 years.
That's what I call it when my shift starts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make a curry.
Okay.
You do that.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I love you. Good recording.
Hello, listeners! Editing Charlie here with a patron shoutout. If y'all didn't know, our $10 and up patrons now get a shoutout on the pod. So now, I get to shout out our lovely God Complex level patron, Matt. Matt is so wonderful and has been a supporter since we started the OTAG Patreon. Thank you so much for all your support, bud.
You can follow this podcast socials at Of the Eldest Gods Pod on Instagram and Tumblr, and at Of the Eldest Gods on Twitter. You can send us an iris message through oftheeldestgodspod@gmail.com. If you'd like to support us financially, join us at patreon.com/oftheeldestgods. By becoming a patron, you can join the Deus Ex Media Discord server, where you'll be able to chat with us and other listeners about episodes and anything Percy Jackson related. Our $5 patron tier also gets you access to Against All Odds, our monthly bonus show. There, we'll talk about a wide variety of topics, which usually have something to do with mythology. No promises. You can check out our merch store on Redbubble to find custom designs made by Charlie. Or if you cannot or do not want to support us financially, we'd really appreciate a rating, a review, or letting your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. You can find me, Ray, at HeyHeyRay, spelled R-A-Y-E, on Twitter. If you want to hear more from me, check out Barbie Movie Slap, a podcast where my co-host Ted and I discuss Barbie's cinematic universe. That podcast Twitter is at Barbie Slaps.
And you can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, but on Twitter I'm at GreenPixie123, which I'm totally not salty about. I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws. I sometimes do the YouTube thing on my channel, Charlie Mac. That's M-A-C-K. Our music was written by Isabel Strauss-Riggs and recorded and edited by Ian M. Riggs. You can find Izzy at Kane_I, that's I as in the body part, on Instagram and Twitter. She also currently makes video essays on the YouTube channel Kane I. Feel free to message her about making music for your project or editing your podcast. Of the Eldest Gods is proud to be a part of Deus Ex Media, which features great podcasts like Burn Before Reading, a podcast about shiterature, where your hosts, Christina and Leela, cringe about writing.
I'm Christina Kann.
And I'm Leela Hilton,
And this is Burn Before Reading.
the podcast about shiterature.
We're here to examine the terrible writing we did when we were younger.
Like that school project you were really proud of.
Or that poem you wrote when you got dumped.
Well, how about that apology letter you wrote to your mom when you got into that fight?
Or the song you recorded before you knew how to write music.
Okay, don't at me. And we're here to talk about other cringy literary topics along the way.
Like the Library of Alexandria.
And Dewey Decimal.
His name was Melville Dewey.
Oh, well, do we want to get the clips rolling?
I don't think I ever recovered from this in terms of being cool.
Why did I say any of this?
I do like the drama.
So there is actually quite a bit to unpack here.
Oh, all this drama was so addictive as a teenager.
There's no punctuation to it. I'll start with that.
I actually have no memory of this.
There were so many lies that I was telling.
It's not terrible.
No one really taught me how to write a good short story.
That was a journey.
Listen to Burn Before Reading
Every Wednesday, wherever pods are cast.
Of the Eldest Gods is based on the series by Rick Riordan. Right now, we are discussing Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Remember to follow us on your favorite podcatcher and meet us back here every Thursday.
We here.
We
doing
queer?
it. We here, we queer. Listen, I don't know why that's like my instinct. Every time. Every fucking time.
I mean, it makes sense. It's on brand.
Exactly.
It sure is.
Exactly. Remember last night when we had all 4 queer Hogwarts founders?
Oh, yeah.
On
Oh my god, we forgot to mention that in the episode.
Yeah.
That it was one of each. That's fine.
It's fine. We mentioned it before actually recording, so it's fine.
Dave X Media.